Well, we waited a while for it, but how sweet it was. Eustace's first win with the Rovers. My goodness, it was well deserved and well overdue. Let's talk about it with our resident Rover, Harry. How are you, Harry?
I'm very good, mate. Thank you.
I bet you are after that. Yeah, still tired from the stadium of lights, I'd imagine, but a nice journey back when you've scored five away from home.
Yeah, and a long time coming, I've got to say as well. I think last few games, we've looked a lot better. Eustace has had some time with the players now to implement the right kind of tactics. I think he realised early on that this direct style wasn't working. Going from playing sort of free flowing, high possession football straight to playing direct football doesn't work. With no need some time to implement that. So we're still playing sort of not really low possession, more counter attacking, but we're playing through the thirds rather than going long to the big man. And everything just came off. You know, you have those odd games once a season, if you're lucky, where everything just comes off. It looked like we were going to score every time we had the ball. And I mean, Sunderland were poor. Let's be honest, they were really shaky at the back. But it was just a brilliant performance from everyone, from man to man, exceptional.
Shout out as well to the 1,200 odd travelling Rover supporters. I know away support hasn't been great for some periods of the season, but that is a phenomenal support to take up to the northeast on a Easter Monday. So credit to you and all the Rovers fans stuck up in the gods in that awful away section. You can't hardly see anything, can you?
Yeah, it's a big one, and it was. I think they said there was something like 42,000 there of tickets sold, but it didn't seem like that. Yeah, big one. Not one I'd done before. Nice to have that one checked off.
Brilliant. Okay. Right. So the bigger question then is 6 games to go. You are smack bang in the pack of couple more wins and you're safe. You see it as that? 2 more wins. That takes you to what, 51 points, I think. Is that going to be enough, do you think, for the margin for this season to stay up?
I think 'cause there's so many teams down there taking points off each other. I think I think 50 and you can probably call you safe. I saw something uh, for the game on Monday that said I think the average is about uh, 46, 47 points to keep you up. So I think 50 is the happy number we've got to be looking for. And I think we're showing the right signs. We've looked a lot better um, since we moved to the back four, sort of a forced change, but a change that I think most Rovers fans are asking for. McFadden did well for us, but he was a bit of a liability just because he's so old. The
Yeah.
other players, other teams targeted him, and moving from a 5 to a 4 gives us an opportunity to bring someone like Rankin Costello, who played really well on Monday. Um, so yeah, tough run of games coming up, but there are there's a few fixtures in there that I do.
You've been calling this as well. I mean, you've come on here every week and I've said, oh, the results doesn't look good. And no, we are improving. We're getting better each week. So is it nice to show up some of the Rovers fans that have been largely negative so far? Because I thought I saw one today that said 11 games before this, and you picked up 5 points, and the same 11 games you've now had, you've got 12. Um, yeah, I think you were heading down. Had you not made the manager change?
Well, I think Eustace deserves a lot of credit. For one, I've got to admit, especially at the start, I thought he was tactically naive. Uh, I thought he, I thought he was stupid for changing the system so much in a short space of time. You could just tell it was the Birmingham game, his first game. The players looked lost, but you got to give him credit. He's been pragmatic. He's made changes, um, and we've looked a lot better for it. I think we had to make that change. Reports have come out since Thomas and sacking that he'd basically thrown his toys out the pram. He hadn't been given the money he wanted, um, and so at that point he was like, "Yeah, I'm not interested." And the amount of 2 or 3 players have come out recently saying I didn't enjoy playing for him, and I think that's what Eustace will counter that. I think, yeah, you might question his tactics sometimes, but plenty of Birmingham City fans will say that gets the players on side, loves the badge, um, and yeah, so I think steps in the right direction slowly but surely. And there's so many teams down there that I think if you pick up the odd point every now and then, which we have been doing, and then the wins come here, wins every now and then, like we picked up on Monday, that should be enough.
All right, then Southampton are in town then this weekend. I don't know what the possession stats are going to be for this game, but I think it might be heavily heavily in Southampton's favour. Rovers strike me as a side that don't mind that though at the moment. You're happy for teams to come until you wouldn't have the ball, keep it compact and hit them on the break. Is that the way that you see this game going?
Yeah, absolutely. I had a bit of the mick taken out of me last time we played Southampton for claiming that Russell Martin is not a very good manager, and then they go stick four past us. Still stand by that. Still don't think he's great personally. But yeah, they'll look to dominate the possession. But I think we're happy to do that. I think we're much more assured defensively. I think if you play under Thomason, uh, if you see if we're getting hit by wave and a wave of attack, you think this team's going to buckle. And I think an important part of that is Ainsley Pears being back in goal. I know he made a big mistake on Friday. I think we probably should have won that game. But having him in goal installs confidence into that back four. I think we look more likely to say. I know we haven't had a clean sheet in a while, but we're not conceding 2, 3 goals a game anymore. We look a lot more solid. Um, and yeah, we seem to be quick on the break. Quick shout out to Tyrese Dolan, who I think has been exceptional the last few games. Finally, sort of unlocking the potential that he had glimpses of showing every now and then. Um, yeah, I think if that works on the possession, hits on work on the counter. Got some pacey forwards. Got some players that can pick a pass to get us up that pitch quickly. And I think Southampton, we might cause Southampton problems. I know they're having a bit of a wobble, but they are a great side. Um, but yeah, I can see Rovers causing them some problems.
Get some score predictions from you then, and I'll ask you your player of the month for March. What do you reckon for the scoreline for this one?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a tough one. There's no shadow of a doubt about it. They're going to have a lot of the ball. They're going to be going to have a lot of chances, and they've got some really good forward players. We know how good Alan Armstrong can be on his day, but Rovers fans watching this will know uh, he's wasteful. I think the year he won, I don't know, I can't remember if he won the Golden Boot for us, but the year he was up there scoring all the goals, I think he'd had like 80 more shots than second place. I remember he sort of got to November and he was scoring a hatful, and then he just started picking up the ball and shooting from anywhere. So he can be wasteful, but he can be so good on his day. You've got players like Che Adams, I think is great as well. Fraser, good players, and then real good midfielders. I think their defense is a bit of a weakness, and we're if we can be free flowing like we were against Sunderland, we will cause them problems. Um, but I think it's a tough game to follow up. We would like to get a good run going, but it's a tough game to follow up. And Southampton just edge it.
All right, before we let you go, then it's now in April, so it's time for the Player of the Month award for March. Who are you going with?
Well, I tried really hard not to be basic and not go for Sammy Smodics, but I think because I hate it when they do. I hate it when they give the man of the match to the players that score the goal. I like to give a shout out to the other players, but I think it has been Smodics this month. He saved us in game. I think up until I think we spoke about this last week. Up until the game on Monday, um, he was the only goal scorer for us in our last 5 games or something like that. So he'd saved us a number of points. And even the reason I don't mind giving him plaudits more than someone like Brereton or Armstrong in previous years because he's not just a goal scorer. He works so hard. The amount of times he filled in at left back for a bit on in the first half on Monday. He works that line that press so well. He comes back. He puts in so many like nice slide tackles to win possession back. Um, yeah, like I said, a little shout out to Tyrese Dolan, who I thought has been exceptional last 2 games. If you're looking at the span of the month, it's got to be.
And lastly, what's the most important last-minute winner that you've seen scored in a Blackburn shirt? We've been talking this week on Terrace Talk about all the Championship last-minute winners that we've seen this season, but what for you sticks in the memory for
Well,
Rovers?
Rovers don't score last minute winners. It doesn't happen very often. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to go back to the last time that we scored a last minute winner, which was 2019. We were at home to Sheffield Wednesday, um, in sort of early in the season. 0-0 for the whole game. Bit of a no-show. They step up in the 88th minute to go 1-0 up. Then we turn it around with 2 quick goals from Tosin Adarabioyo and then John Buckley with a 91st minute winner to win 2-1. So although there's little to choose from, I think that's it.
Fair enough. All right, if you're a Blackburn fan and can think of any other last-minute winners that beat that one, you know what to do. Put it in the comments below. And don't forget, please, to like the video. And Harry, you got 5 more games after this to save Blackburn seasons. I think you're going to be all right now. I think that game yesterday was the one. Not only was I surprised to see you winning away from home, I was surprised to see you score 5 goals. I was surprised when I looked at the goal scorers after watching Stoke Huddersfield that it wasn't 5 for Sammy Schmedics. It was 4 different goal scorers. My God, you must have been laughing all the way home back to Lancashire. All right, cheers, mate. We'll catch you next week.
Thank you, mate.